Many people don't know this, but in 1967, Congress passed the Air Quality Act. It was before the National Environmental Protection Act by several years, and it established certain things because the air was acknowledged being in a terrible condition. But it allowed California to set its own vehicle emission standards years before the EPA even existed. This week, however, both houses of Congress voted to repeal those waivers, effectively ending California's unique mission rules. And Governor Wes Moore, who recently adopted the EV mandate in Maryland, now has a big decision before them. Stacey, is this a win for Maryland drivers or a win for people all across the country?
I believe so, because we'll have more vehicle choice. Automakers may delay or abandon EV-only sales, and doing so means we'll have more gas-powered vehicles available and pricing flexibility. Drivers receive more options and possibly lower prices. So yes, I think for choice and economic comfort, I'm not sure that we have enough empirical data yet to really understand the impact that EVs are having on air quality. And, we already discussed this previously, and Cary, I know you can speak to this in greater detail, but Maryland has electrical issues. We import about 40% of our electricity as it is, and having more and more EVs on the road is only going to strain the system more. So I think that we need to have greater flexibility until we figure out if this is really proven to be efficient.
So, Cary, is this a win for the Constitution, that the Commerce Clause of the Constitution, which allows the federal government to establish the rules and regulations that apply to economic behavior, is this a win for the Constitution, and that we shouldn't allow Washington or Sacramento set these standards? It should be the market.
Yeah, we can talk about the market if you want to, but that's not what the problem is. And I think everybody's fooling themselves. And Congress knows what the problem is. The problem is our elected officials would rather pander to public opinion than deal with the real issues of infrastructure. And I'm not talking about just electric vehicle charging stations. I'm talking about electrical generation. I mean, if Stacey said it, we're purchasing 40% of our electricity from out of state. Now we have mandates that call for removal of all gas appliances in your homes. Having electric vehicle charging stations in every home, that's going to, require a significant amount of electricity. And then you've got these data centers. All you have to do is look at Elon Musk's Colossus data center in Memphis, Tennessee. He's going to be generating 150 kilowatts of electricity. Megawatts of electricity. He needs 300 kilowatts overall. The entire Tennessee, the city of Tennessee of Memphis is like 35 kilowatts. I mean, the reality is just mind-boggling. And the fact of the matter is, the way he's dealing with it is by putting 35 portable generators around his Colossus, his new data center, and he's creating enough pollution where people are actually being affected with COPD and other things. Congress needs to just look at this the way it is. We've got to, get involved, have a study, and then we have to fund it. $5.5 trillion for this new beautiful bill with $3.5 trillion in tax cuts. We need infrastructure. We need to create electrical generation in every state in the country.
Well, let's look closer to home, Cary, because in Annapolis, this past session of the General Assembly, the General Assembly would not take up Governor Moore's proposals about nuclear energy, and they continue to impose regulations restricting the production of energy in the state of Maryland. It's not we need leadership at home, not just in Washington.
I agree, and that's political cowardice. The bottom line is,
we got to give Stacey the last word on this.
I absolutely agree with what Cary just said, and that there is political cowardice at hand here, and we need more leaders, Casey, to your point, to step up and do the right thing.
All right. We're going to see how Governor Moore pivots on this issue, because certainly the ban now on California setting these standards is going to affect all of us down the road.